It's the Sensei of Thermostats by Emerson.
Unboxing, full setup, and walkthrough of the Emerson Sensi home wireless thermostat.
Well, it's summertime here at Spike Studio, so we're looking at a new thermostat, remote control, compatible with Wink systems and everything else. This is the Emerson Sensi, Sensei, whichever one you want to call it. It is a cool little remote controlled thermostat. It's accessible to you via your smartphone. Inside the box, they make it so simple that they just give you basically the thermostat and the backing and a small book. The whole idea of setup is driven by the application itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the setup with the application, show you what it does. It walks you through the wire connectivity. We'll look up close at all the connector points on here. And then, of course, how it works, how it integrates. We have a Wink system, as you've seen our reviews before on the Wink. We love it, and we use it for everything else. So we're going to download the app and get started with you with the new Emerson Sensei.
So excuse the glare, but of course it's nice and shiny and bright, but this is what you get inside. It's the actual unit itself. We're going to take that out. Underneath the unit, we're going to have a welcome book and an installation guide. The installation guide has a code for your Android to get activated. iOS has its own stuff in it inside there. And then below that is the actual base unit. And I wanted to zoom in on the base unit when I showed you this, besides the books and, of course, the mounting screws that are there. It gives you a good color coding listing on the back for the wiring, but the application actually helps you drive through it. You just need to make sure you have a common wire and some other things. They do a really good explanation from everything I've read so far online. We'll go take a look at the app and make sure they matches up with what they tell you, and we'll get this mounted on the wall. They prompt you right away that you need to load the app to do the install and setup of this. So it's very important that you have the application ready to go. You're going to need to create an account, so we're going to go ahead and do that first step and get into the application. I've created the account, so there's a user agreement you have to accept. There's thermostat alerts you can turn off, as well as new features and offers. I'm not going to turn on new features and offers for my email notification, but definitely thermostat alerts. And then you're going to select your thermostat type. We have the touch Wi-Fi thermostat. As you can see, there's another one with a bunch of options down below. We have that one. And they want to know if it's on the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get it installed, say it's not there yet. I love this screen. They're going to tell you that the tools you need, the screwdrivers, maybe even a wire cutter if you need it. They prompt you to turn off the power, which is something you should do anyway, because you are going to be touching at least one live wire inside of there at the fuse box, so we'll turn that off. And then lastly, did you remove your wires yet from the previous one? They actually give you a little sheet inside of the box that shows you the wiring coloring codes that you can apply stickers to the wires. So it's really helpful that you can do that as well. So other ones can come off really easy. I went ahead and I'm going to label those, and we're going to go ahead and get the next steps done. Not only can you do the stickers, but they prompt you to take a photo of your wiring. This is a great idea to make sure if you need to go back, or if there's a reference point, or you need to reinstall the other one because this doesn't work, you have a way to go backwards as well. So we're live at the thermostat. It's going to ask you what terminal wires were already attached on the previous install, which is awesome. So now you can go through, how many different yellows or whites or, reds, or you pick what you need, pick what's connected, and it'll help you then walk through what you need to connect up to the new one as well. So let's get this thing installed. So I did as the screen instructed. I actually went and took a picture of the wiring to make sure I had it in case I needed to go back. As you can see, there's a blue common, there's a green, there's the yellow, there's a jumper. And that jumper one is one they ask you to remove because the new thermostat has a jumper built in. It's in the instructions. There is an RH. The R is kind of hidden there behind the one. And then there's the white wire. So inside the actual application, I went ahead and selected the ones that were wired, excluding the jumper, of course. And at the bottom in light blue, it says, of course, you have a valid configuration. So go ahead and get ready. They even have a video link if you need it. So once I typed in the right ones, it wasn't giving me anything until then. It says, hey, so since it's valid, we'll say next. It wants to make sure what type of furnace that you have inside the house. If you note, once I selected gas, at the bottom it says, once again, you have a valid configuration. I do like the way this tells you that everything you're doing is validating against what they know. Label your wires. I started doing that upstairs. I already have the C on the common. I'm going to put on the white, the RH and all the others. I'll go ahead and label those so I have them for the next one. I will take apart the old thermostat the rest of the way. We'll get that new thermostat base mounted on the wall and ready to go, and then we'll get ready to configure. I followed the new wiring diagram with such ease because I labeled everything, but I kept the other thermostat handy, but it just went together, went back down, attached the front screen, popped right on, no issues there. Went down to the thermostat, powered everything back up, came back upstairs, and the screen was lit up and said, get ready to do the Wi-Fi by hitting the menu button. And as you can see, I did that. As you can see, it powered up. The menu button's there. The current temperature is there for the floor. Yeah, I was working for a few, and it's a hot day outside, so let's be honest. We need to get that. I'm going to go ahead and walk through the final steps of connecting it to the Wi-Fi, and then we're going to come back and complete it. So this is a quick jump ahead. I had to walk through putting in a security code to attach directly to the Sense first using its built-in Wi-Fi. Then it pushed the information to connect it to the web for the Wi-Fi for the, the area it's going to be in to connect to. I wanted to skip all the codes and everything, but I can start using the thermostat. So at this point, there's so much we need to set up and do in terms of scheduling and alerts. I want to connect it to our Wink home automation system, but we're going to go ahead and look at the control panel upstairs as well as the app some more and get it all working. So as you can see, it's live now, but there's no scheduling set. It's not connected to our Wink home automation, but it's ready to configure. So we're going to do that inside of the app as well as live on the touch panel, and then come back and give our overall opinion of this whole process. Once everything was easily connected, the app has tons of controls in it. The screen color lets you know if it's in heat mode or cool mode, of course, the blue for that. The blue's not showing up as rich because of the lighting in the studio. It lets you know if it's on auto for the fan. It's going to let you know schedules if you want to do them, the temperature currently where it is at the top, but it's showing some location stuff we're hiding. Inside the settings first, some thermostat info is in there. You can always rekey this to another wireless network that gives you a code on the screens if you need to. You can change the thermostat display, Celsius and Fahrenheit. You can turn on and off the humidity and the temperature, some advanced settings. But one thing I wanted to talk about was also in the scheduling. In the scheduling itself, you can have single schedules or multiple schedules. What's cool about it is you can say, go up at this time, go down here. But for advanced scheduling, it lets you set if it's summer or you have kids that come home after school, or it just gives you a lot of flexibility, but it's really an advanced feature mode. One other thing under settings I really liked was the advanced settings section. So there's an AC protection. So if it's cycling too fast, this will actually slow it down so it doesn't damage your equipment. Maybe there's something wrong or there's an influx of air. It doesn't keep turning it on and off too fast. You can lock the keypad with this middle one, meaning it's only app controlled. No one will be touching your thermostat while you're gone. That's genius and so needed in today's world, mainly if you have people that like to either freeze you out or heat you up, run up the bills and you're not aware, you're not there. There's some offset controls, meaning how far a variance it'll let it go before it cycles, as well as the last part is cycle rate. If you have certain types of furnaces or radiators or air conditioning units, you just don't want them to cycle that fast, you can slow it down here. So let's stand up. Overall opinion time, tell you what you would think about using this after a few days.
So at this point, we're totally connected. We're totally set up. We've gone through all the screens and steps and shown you how easy it was to do. I can tell you what, this Sensei, however you want to pronounce from Emerson, was probably one of the easiest thermostats we've set up. We even connected it to our Wink, so it's now on the home automation as well. So we have the Nest thermostat in there. We have that. We have lights. We have garage door openers. We have door sensors. Everything's all interconnected because this supports that technology. It even says on the back of the box, so you know, Amazon Echo, Alexa is also supported, as well as Wink, Apple HomeKit too. So this one does them all because a lot of people are using Apple HomeKit. We had another thermostat. It just wasn't flexible enough for us. We want to connect it to everything. So this is a great way to start. So to them, we want to tell them, great job on the setup. Great job on the ease of installation. The application walks you through everything. Connecting to the unit, connecting it to the Wi-Fi, and even doing the wiring was great. So an experience unlike no other yet with all the thermostats we've done so far. We didn't like some of the Honeywells, we didn't like some other ones, and we're just being honest. We've done a bunch of them. We have Nest. We now have this running. We took out the other ones. So to them, thank you for sending it over. It's another product review from Spike Studio. Please subscribe to all our product reviews above and let us know what you think in the comments or if you have any questions.